got to rise and shine. Make this day mine. You lazy, got no grind. If you ain't talking money, please don't waste my time.
Hey, we got one of our local geniuses in the building. All right, it's my brother-in-law. We have family in common. My kids and his kid, his siblings. I mean, not siblings, but cousins. He's a very important person to me. He's a very important person to my story. I'm just so fortunate, you know, to make his acquaintance in a time where he has something to give the community. A lot of times you never know the genius next to you. You discount his intelligence sometimes as black folks, and we gotta stop doing that, you know. And so it was amazing the other night when he said, yo, you pushing. I need you to push this product. And it was this book, right? And I thought to myself, I couldn't have hurt him right? I couldn't have hurt him right. But I listened a little harder. He said, yeah, push the book. And I said, all right, send me the information, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna push it, I'm on it. And when he sent me the information, because we believe that, or I believe that sometimes the likeness of my personality and another personality means that we're gonna talk about the same things, right? But when he pushed the book on me, and it was the little ant and the big bucket, right? I knew right then he was different. I knew right then he had something that I didn't have. You know, that he was coming up under a thing and coming out of a thing that I probably didn't consider him going through, and that he was inspirational. Not only was he inspirational, but he was also a groundbreaking brother, and I think that he's gonna break a lot of spirits of evil and a lot of spirits of inequity around here. But that's just my thoughts. All right, Terrell, would you explain to them who you are a little bit, where you come from, and a little piece of your background?
Sure. I appreciate you having me on too, man. It's real.
That's what we do.
Appreciate it. So my name is Terrell Barrett. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan. I've been staying in Columbia for the past 16, 17 years, on and off. Department of Corrections has been a part of my life, as well as the streets, but more so the Department of Corrections. Poor decisions that I chose to make has caused a departure from the things that I value and I love the most. I'm a very spiritual being. I like seeking knowledge, understanding, literature. I'm just a positive person on a mission, and that's one of the reasons why, you know, I went along and put my art to some words. You know, actually pursued it on publishing a book.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, you said the Department of Corrections has been a lifetime. Now, that has been an ongoing theme in our stories, you know, it's set up for that.
Yeah.
But Flint, Michigan,
Yeah.
what you know about Saginaw down
Yeah.
there, Joe?
I'm saying Saginaw cool, but I'm the A10 bound. You
That's it.
A10 bound.
So,
you know?
I think right through Flint, there's a street called Saginaw, ain't there?
Yeah.
The main vein going down there.
Yeah.
So, I got a little story about that we're going to share off camera.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, it was
You ain't gotta say too much. You ain't gotta say too much.
So I appreciate Flint, Michigan. Shout out to Flint.
Yeah,
Well,
shout
I
out
was a
to
young
the
boy
A1
getting
time.
it. They was getting it out there. Real dangerous, but also real official. I appreciate Flint, Michigan. So, what inspired you to, first of all, we got to show it. The story of the little ant and the big bucket. All right, what inspired you to really, really write this story?
I would say it started off at first. Me and my daughter was having a conversation about trying to do something to inspire people that look like me and you. And the whole word unity came into play. So we was over the telephone conversations and just was like, man, we should write something to inspire the youth and about bringing positivity and spreading unity. And it went from that to other people getting involved. My son, my sister, my nephew, to where my nephew he ended up naming the characters, and one of the characters in the book. Um, my sister she helped me with the plot and stuff like that. And for the longest I was just thinking about it. I just kept thinking about it. And yeah, I was about to get released from prison, and I got sent to the hole for something I didn't do. Like I wasn't good for it. But this was a possible date snatcher or a setback, as most people call it. So I'm doing everything I got to do on the inside, but at the same time I'm still in the hole. So and I ain't got nothing to write with. Ain't nothing going on. So I'm a spiritual being. I believe that we all spiritual beings, and seeking God is something that is far beyond what people can imagine, especially when you have no choice behind the walls and stuff like that. So one day I'm sitting, I'm meditating, and God was like, "Hey, you remember that thought, that idea? It's time to get on it."
Right on.
So
right on.
yeah, so I literally got on it from that day, and it took me about 8 days to write it, and yeah, and then everything came so fluently, and yeah, it was a real message that was sent for real.
Before we get into the message, how did it feel to touch that product?
So once it went from idea or thought to physically what it is today, like it was almost like too real.
Yeah.
And it was just, and that just goes to show you how a thought can manifest itself into a physical reality.
That's right.
And yeah, it really touched me when I finally seen it in a physical form. Yeah, and it made me really happy.
That's what I'm talking about. Can you tell us a little bit, without giving away the plot, can you tell us a little bit about, not just because you wrote it, but what do you want the youth to understand in this book?
So every book is written with a purpose. Everything has a purpose. So of course it's not just a cute little story about an ant and a crab who's best friends, even though that's that story itself. But this story is all about unity, and it's all about understanding how to communicate between the people that you love and you care about the most. I got two best friends in the story. They go through everything together. They do everything together. They help each other. And yeah, the biggest part and the biggest aspect of this book is unity.
Right.
And they speak it all the time.
Did you have that friend in real life?
Yeah.
That kind of drove the story that you wanted to?
So I still got that friend still to this day.
Shout him out.
Yeah. Shout my big brother out, meet you one time,
There it is.
Yeah. And I appreciate everything. Like we just straight been through everything together. And no matter what, like we always keep going.
Solid.
Yeah, we always keep going.
That's what's up. So there it is. Friendship, motivational points.
Yeah. So the motivational thing became something because it just came from me. I believe that my purpose is to inspire people, to give inspiration. So everything that I do, I try to do it on a positive level, and uplifting not only myself but the people that surround me is what's important. So I have to delay that message no matter what, and that was the key thing. Beyond this book, the Young Dreamers Collection is a company who's just now getting started. It's owned by me, and everything that I want to do in this company is setting the foundation of communication and uplifting everything in the community that I'm a part of.
There it is. So we pushing Unify. Now, I got a couple people that really have already been inspired to write. They need direction. They kind of don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
Want to hook you up with them people. On the personal note, I seen you with your kids.
Yeah.
One hell of a father. You want to talk about that?
Thank you. Yeah, I love my kids, man. And I thank God for my kids. And I try to do all that I can to make sure they good, and just so making sure we good,
Yeah.
and hitting on every levels. I try to be who I am.
That's right.
and not somebody that I'm not, you know. And I don't wanna lead my people on a way or in a way to where it's something that I don't really believe in.
That's right.
So staying true to myself and staying true to God that's what's really important, and that's what I push to my kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
I make my stance based on those two. You know, sometimes I make the uncomfortable decision because I don't want my son folding or bending for somebody else's agenda, you
Yeah.
know. So I got to take that now so he don't have to take it later. So
Right.
I definitely
Yeah, it's all
understand that.
sacrifice in this thing that we do.
That's it. Real quick, if you don't mind, I want to talk about life a little bit. I usually this is my first platform interviewing others. You know, so sometimes I'm overbearing and I try to, you know, do too much myself in the interview, but I'm learning how to calm down and
Right.
really make the story about you. But can you talk to me a little bit about the household you come out of? What inspired you to be a great father? What's leading you to be a great man? You know, I know I got a picture of us, I think right before you went away. The last time we stood right there and we took a picture. It's an ill picture. I don't know if you ever seen it.
See it,
On the front of this podcast, I'm gonna send it to you first, but we got an ill picture, bro. So I definitely want to highlight that because I seen it. It was like, woo, that's a picture. Them brothers are strong in that picture. You know what I'm saying? So, but what about, you know? So everybody know I came from hustling. You know, I'm from Shotgun Crip Gang, and then I turned that into organized crime, basically.
Right.
You know, and I had hoes. I'm not gonna tell you I did.
Right.
And then I tried to monopolize on everything that I was doing in the street to become something different.
Right.
A lot of people, and it was young, like 9, 10, 11 years old when I jumped off the porch.
Yeah.
So by the time I was 35, I think, 30, I can't remember when I got married the second time. But up until that point, I was teetering on the fence, you know. And then the breaking point was I had all these kids, and I had a woman, I'm gonna just be clear, that didn't believe in the way I was moving, but I didn't share with her my history neither.
Right.
So she didn't even understand that I was from something different than the man she was used to.
Right.
And when she found out, it kind of separated our household.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't sign up for this type of guy, really.
Right.
You know, and so what? At that point, it broke me for a couple years, and I got back to it. And then I came up a little bit, and I chilled back out once I got my sense of self. At what point in your life did the roller coaster start? If you know what I'm saying, where you said, you know how people say you jumped off the porch.
Yeah.
You know, but to me it's a roller coaster because this life is extreme. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have extreme highs, extreme lows. You know, so I was wondering what was that decision that made you jump off the porch or get on that roller coaster?
I would say from the jump, my life. I'm talking about from birth. You feel me? Like, look, I'm just gonna run it down to you. You feel me? Like, my father died when I was 3. You know, him, my brother, 2 cousins, and my auntie. They all got brutally murdered. Talking about assassinated. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So from the jump, I ain't had no father.
Right.
All I had was my mom.
Right.
My mama had 5 kids, plus everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd give her last shirt off her back to make sure we all good. So from there, like, she ended up marrying a guy who was cool. He still had kids, so we all merged together. So now I got stepbrothers, and it's a whole bunch of us. But as far as like when it came to who was whose favorite and stuff like that, like, my little brother was always my mom's favorite, and then one of my older siblings, he was the stepfather's favorite, type stuff like that, which left me with my other brothers and sisters, my oldest ones, who kind of showed me the ropes and took care of me and made sure everything was cool. Not saying that my mom never did, because she did. But as far as like favoritism, who was showing me favoritism was my big brother Michi, my sister Tamika. Like, they would always make sure I'm good. They always. So once I started, seeing what was going on, after, playing ball for a while, and it just seemed like from there, shoot, it went from in the streets, selling weed.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you all the way in, And now I ain't going to school. I got a baby on the way. And then come to find out, I had 2 kids. It took me a while to understand that the other one was mine, And then I wound up in the joint, committing my first offense, second-degree robbery. So I ended up doing 4 years on my first bid. So when I get out, I ain't got nobody, so I'm about to make it happen.
Right.
I'm about to figure it out, So that probably lasted like 10 months or something like that. Caught another joint. Then now, I took 5 and I ended up doing like 7.5. Trying to figure out what happened. Meanwhile, I still got kids out here.
Right.
So now, I'm growing up in the joint. I'm making it happen. I'm hustling in the joint. I'm doing everything from the joint. My mom's cash app pinging. I'm running it up. So I figured, shoot, all right, if this is what it is, then, I gotta take full advantage of it. So I just think for real, like, everything that I have been through and I have witnessed, like, it all happened for a reason, though, Ain't no coincidence or mistake or nothing, So,
Ain't no coincidence or no mistake.
yeah.
That's accountability.
Yeah, ain't no coincidence or mistake. You gotta be receptive to everything that's going on and understand that that's what it is. It ain't no other way,
Right.
You had the ability to look back at things and be like, oh, if I would've did this, maybe this would've happened. We not here for that. You know what I'm saying? So what is what is. That's what it is. It ain't gonna change.
There it is.
So but then I think like from there, I ain't had no choice once I got out again. You feel me? Don't get me wrong, I did. I had a choice. What it seemed like. So, but I had a plan though. I had a plan to start a fitness company, which I did. Start my publishing company, which I did. Now I started getting real smart with it. Started getting educated on certain things that I needed in my life in order to do the right things that I wanted to do that's gonna support my kids. So
There it is.
yeah.
And that legacy is the thing.
Yeah.
Now, quick question. What in all that you've been through, where do you think you're gonna find the most joy?
I find the most joy, honestly, surround myself around the people that I love the most.
Sometimes it's that surreal. Like so for instance, what I mean by that is, and people gonna get tired of me saying this, but I'm traumatized by it. I was facing so much time that I used to have dreams when I was locked up that I was free.
Yeah.
Right? And but right before it was time to wake up, I'll be telling my people in the dream, hey, I gotta go.
I gotta get back for camp. I swear to God, I just told somebody this yesterday. Or the day
Right.
before.
Listen, that type of torture, it don't never go away,
It'll
right?
never go away.
So when that happened, damn, I'm finna get him up. You the first person. So that's happening to us all. If 2 of us can sit here and say that same dream, that's that level of torture that they giving us, and see, you can stand tall and still be tortured. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a difference between being physically, being submitted
Submissive.
to a physical entity, but once it's a mental thing, that's something totally different.
I stick with you for life.
Yeah,
huh?
it's something totally
So,
different, man. Like,
Well,
And that's exactly what they do. As soon as you go to the Department of Corrections, I don't care where it's at. As soon as you walk through them doors, the first thing that you're gonna do is get naked in front of everybody.
That's it. That's it.
That's the first thing that you're gonna do.
Period. Lose your entire sense of integrity.
Yeah. And they want you to submit to a corporation.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And that's what's
And
going
then
on.
hopefully you'll find God after that.
Right. A sense of something.
Yeah. What
You
seemed
know.
like.
So when that I'm gonna tell you, like even though I left out of all them charges, it was 150, 65 on a plea, and then everybody started recanting by the grace of God, right? And then my cousin, who I thought was I called my uncle because he's my dad's first cousin. Rest in peace. His name was Sonny. He re-interviewed everybody that was coming against me, and they told him why they was coming against me. Police had threatened them with different charges, like if you had a warrant somewhere, the police was saying if you don't tell us what's up, you know, if you don't corroborate this story, we're gonna send you to them people. Some of these places was across state lines, you know what I'm saying? So it ended up coming out a year and a half, something later, you know, and then they ended up releasing me. And then I ended up fighting it on the streets, which was way different than fighting it in there. And they dropped everything, came back and said 9 months on the misdemeanor time served, right? But during that time, I had already believed that I was gone, right? I had already started to accept that I wasn't ever coming home.
Right.
You know, I'm only 22, so 23 or something, I'm young. But with that acceptance came a scar in my mind. So the reason why I said, ain't that surreal sometimes? Because if I get on 70, right, and the sun hit a certain way on them fields, and it's beautiful, I instantly think, damn, I gotta get back for count.
Right.
What if I'm gonna wake up?
Oh, God.
All this time done went past, and I still think, what if I wake up? I just had a baby that I could barely hold, because I'm like, this ain't real sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was too much time offered. It was too much torture done. And I just always wonder, you know, I'm gonna tell you now, I hate the system for that. Like it ain't no love for it in me, you know. I hate being oppressed because of that. And so every time I sit with a brother and I hear a piece of your story like I'm hearing, and then I see your triumph, I got you. And then I see your triumph, I always think I'm so glad to be surrounded by the strongest men in this world. You see what I'm saying? It ain't another race of people that been oppressed like us, you know, and we keep winning and keep winning. And when they tell us we ain't, we prove we are. You see what I'm saying? There's a cat in the Bible that said, I'm the least of you. That was Paul, right? And the reason why Paul said I'm the least of you, because he came from something serious. He used to persecute his own people. You know, that's how gangbanging is. That's how hustling is. That's how getting down a certain way is. You persecute your own people because you don't know no better. You're trying to survive. But then one day we wake up. And when we wake up, we do things like the little ant in the big bucket. You see what I'm saying? This is a woke brother. This is a brother that's been through everything that the world has to offer him. From the death of his family, to the triumph of the penitentiary, to the super motivational spirit that he has with God in order to teach us what friendship is really about, to his fathering, his parenting, to him just being a man of survival. We need to honor this. We got a couple minutes, because if he can't tell us, he got 3 minutes. Can you tell us where to find your book?
Yeah, so the story of the little ant in the big bucket can be found on every major platform: Walmart, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon. You can go right on Google and just type it in, and it's gonna show you 16, 17 different companies that's holding the book. We got an ebook, audio books coming out soon. I'll be in the closest mall near you, Barnes and Nobles, doing book signings. My company itself is going to have exclusive books with a lot of things like beanie babies, bookmarks, colored pencils, author's autograph, and to give to put people in exclusive clubs and stuff like that.
It's a publishing company you got?
Yeah, the Young Dreamers Collection is a publishing company.
Young Dreamers Collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the company that has published this book, Newman Springs Publishing Company, which is out of New Jersey, so shout out them to one time. Yeah, I'm everywhere. It ain't hard to find me.
Now, if we want to book you for maybe motivational speaking, how can we directly contact you?
I got Facebook page, Terrell Barrett, Instagram, still my name. I got all the social media platforms. Don't be scared to DM me, hit me up. I'm a positive person.
Absolutely.
I'll talk to anybody. I'm not afraid to have great conversations, intellectual conversations with people, and spreading the positivity. That's what it's all about.
So,
Yeah.
so when a person comes to you, especially a woman, and she makes a choice, you accept it for what it is. Period. When the homeboy makes a choice, accept it for what it is. It's gonna cost you more money keeping these people the way you want them kept than letting them go.
Let them be what it is.
Period. It's gonna cost you feelings, nigga, to let them go.
It's not monetary.
It's
Then the feelings evolve into time, unmanifested energy, negative energy. It's gonna literally cause a motherfucker to the point to where they gonna literally do whatever to try to get the attention or do what they want that person to do for them, or whatever it is that they seeking out of that person.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be so draining that person literally gonna find themselves in a hole.
let me tell you. Do you know?
I done hurt myself before trying to hurt people.
Well, listen.
For real.
Let me
You
tell
know what
you
I'm
this.
saying? Like, for real.
A person tells you how to hurt them before they make their choice. When a woman tells you what you ain't gonna be everything she said you ain't
Nah,
gonna
I'm about to do that. You said I ain't about to do that? Check game. Here I
Right
come.
on
Listen.
top. Real talk.
be. Do you know why I'm fighting this time? That woman want me back. She can't have me back. Never. Do you understand that?
Mhm.
Never. In the meantime, everything I said I was gonna do, I'm doing.
Mhm.
I own a club. I own a construction company. I'm in real estate. You see what I'm saying? I own places out of this town.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Like some of the closest people to me never believe in what I got going on right now.
That's how it be, though.
I'm talking about, listen, I'm
That's
talking
how-
about
that's
some
how
of
it
the
be.
closest people to where they're like, Terrell, I don't think it's gonna go how you think it's gonna go. Well, how?
How else can it go?
Yeah, like what else? As long as I'm planning right, I get everything lined up right. I got good spirits and it's already it's gonna happen. Ain't got no
It's
choice but to happen.
manifested.
So what you think that's not about to happen, I'm confused on what your tactics is because that's not no support. I said, and I be telling people like, damn, that's more of a I hope you fail. Translation, good luck.
And
Like
that's
good luck. Like
For
when
real.
people say good luck.
Not just as
I
that
hope
a
you
good
fail.
luck,
Yeah.
but they telling you why they won't give you no energy towards your
Yeah,
success.
I'm talking about give me nothing. Like a motherfucker literally told me, I was like, I swear to God, while I was locked up, like, Drew, when you get out, you should get a job. I'm like, why would I get a job and I got a lot of things going on? Why do I need to work for somebody? I can work for my damn self. Well, I just don't think it's gonna go how you think it's gonna go. Who are you? I thought you were supposed to have my back.
Can I tell you something about that too? Some a cat asked me. It might have been. It might have been. But he asked me why I became. Somebody asked me why I became an entrepreneur.
Or not?
I said because I became a felon, and as a felon, they told me who wasn't gonna hire me, so I had to hire myself.
Yeah, so if I'm checking off everybody who's not hiring me, I gotta hire me.
Period. And that's how that works.
But you hire yourself from the jump whenever you go in and fill out an application from a person. You literally, you telling yourself, okay, yes, I agree to this.
Right.
You agreeing to something. How come you can't agree to something far beyond what another person can
Got
offer
the
you
offer.
when you know it's a trick, man?
Yeah.
Like this what's crazy about the whole situation, I swear to God. If you look up the word employment, it's a key word in there. It's a root word. It's called ploy, P-L-O-Y. You look this word up in the dictionary. It's literally, it was tell you.
It's a trick.
A tactic that causes frustration and embarrassment upon an opponent.
Damn.
In other words, a trick, a scheme, or a gimmick. And you can literally check the whole thing down. Employment, which is the tactic. Employer, which is the person who owns the company, which gives back to
Tricking
the
your
employer.
ass.
Right? So then you keep going down. Employee is the manager or supervisor of some sort. Still has to give back to the employer, which has to give back to the employment.
Right.
Boom, go down a little bit further. Employees with the S. Now these are your low workers. These are the motherfuckers who literally go out and do things for minimum wage and stuff like that. They have to give back not only to the supervisor, but the owner, which has to give back to the employment itself. Or a person get enlisted into the military and literally get deployed because it's a deployment. Man, it's all a trick, man. That shit all a trick. So now, as a real person, as a real individual in which I am, and who understands certain things, how the fuck you gonna trick me
When I know
when
the
I
trick
know
comes.
you tricking
Yeah.
me? Man, come on, man. No.
So that's that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, you want me to be everything but unified. You want me to do everything but talk against this oppression. It's the motherfucking trick. How we ain't gonna say, hey yo, we being oppressed this way?
But
Hey
this,
yo,
this would really be getting me. Who wrote the laws and the rules that say we supposed to live life just like this? Because God didn't give me them rules, bro.
nah, you really want to know what did a government a long time ago that
Exactly.
said we need to control the people?
United States Incorporated.
Man, let's do Rome.
Yeah.
Let's do Rome because the United States just carbon copied that
Oh,
shit.
God, it
That's why we
is.
got cathedrals.
All the legal system is Greek and Latin,
Yep, there it is.
which comes from a form of Sanskrit.
There it
Like
is. Come
literally,
on,
like it's all literally like, man. Once I was in a law library one day and I came across a word I ain't know, so I'm a real nigga. I looked it up. What does the word nexus mean? A connection in between the two. Well, why the fuck you just didn't say that? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, okay, so what's the origin of the word? Boom, it sure is Latin.
Mhm.
So then you start to find the similarities. Now everything is Greek and Latin. So then you just literally keep going with it. Well, where did the Greeks and the Latins get their information from? How did they come about with? And I'm just to sum it up, people that look like me and you.
Mhm.
Like for real, whether you want to say it's the Moors or the Kemet people, whatever, like literally like, no, the Indo-European era has literally came from off the Caucasus Mountain. That's why they call them Caucasian. The root word is Caucasus. They came from the Caucasus Mountain and spread out through the whole world. Wherever they landed at, they grabbed people's information, wanted to be their friend, snuck all the way in, everything was cool. And then they snuck them.
That's
They literally,
it.
I'm talking about, took the rug right underneath a motherfucker and then burn the information once they get it and making it seem like this is what is and the European culture is what was and has always been. Well, that's crazy.
Do you know what I want to add to that? Because I just talked to a friend of mine. He's a Jewish white man, and I'm gonna call him a friend of mine because he asked for how I felt, he accepted how I felt, and we still moving together, right? But I just told him that the reason why we don't retaliate with y'all is because y'all's the infants of this planet. You gotta understand that the way black folks love is the way you're supposed to be loved. I said, y'all so paranoid about what y'all done did to us, y'all really think one of these days we gonna chop your head off.
Yeah.
When we don't care about that,
We
we
know
want to
that.
be treated equal.
Yeah.
Because we know how to love the right way. Y'all scared because you don't know how to love the right way. You can't even repair what you did that was fucked up because you don't know how to
Let
love.
alone even apologize.
No, they don't know how. To be wrong to a white man is to be, instead of it being empowering to fix things, it's to be submissive.
For real.
It's to be under a thumb. It's to say
even
you're
if
better than
yeah,
me.
even if I catch you in the wrong, you still the superior to me, so I still have to submit to you. For
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
For
that's
what?
what's
that
going
don't
on.
even that don't even make sense.
It don't.
Especially when you can look right through it and see what's really going on. Like, wait, hold on, wait. So y'all stole all this information from people that look like me, and now,
set up systems from people that taught y'all that look like me.
and then y'all telling me how to live based off of the information that y'all got, but y'all miscued it to the way to where, like, even the words that come out your mouth, like, that shit give off vibration.
Yeah.
Like, if all we are is energy, which we is, you a whole bunch of atoms, which is made up of a whole bunch of molecules that just so happen to be in the physical sense. But to start the whole situation is an incarnation, something in a vessel or a vehicle of some sort has jumped into what we have right now in matter. And you mean to tell me that I'm just supposed to go off of what? No, man, I ain't with that.
Right.
I ain't with it.
Nah, because your energy come from something
Yeah,
else.
yeah. But you gotta think about it like this. Like this how deep I be getting as far as when it comes to words and understanding words and stuff like that. And a lot of people might read that book and they might just be like, oh, it's a cute story about an ant and a crab, woody wop. But some people who are literary inclined, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I really do understand. And it's all about the amount of the words that you put together and how you put them together. So it comes to a point to where you start understanding that these words have meaning, right? So I'll give you examples. In the Bible, they said, in Genesis, it says that God created word. A lot of people would just think that, hey, God created word, the words that you can see. That's it, he created them. No matter what language it's in or how it's written, that's what God created as word. But what is word? I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what language it is. Every word you say, sound has to come out your mouth. And where there is sound, there is vibration. Your thoughts give off vibration. We literally just had a conversation to where we thought the same thing without even saying it. So the brain itself is sending signals and receiving signals without physically saying a word. You feel me? So boom, this is what Shakespeare meant when he wrote it in the King James version of the Bible, that God created word. Word is sound. It's everything that's around this whole universe is sound. And without sound, it ain't nothing.
No
something
vibration, no energy.
Yeah, ain't no vibration. This what people we was talking about this yesterday too. When a person walks into a room, you can check out he don't even gotta say nothing. You can feel they vibe. So when whoever created this word vibe or put it short, what was the word vibe originally meant for? It's vibration.
That's right.
Your thoughts give off vibration. You ain't gotta say nothing to feel the energy of a person.
Yeah, somebody accused me of taking the energy out the room when I walk in. Like, yo, it's always all eyes on you. You take the breath. That's what they say. You take the breath out the room.
I can't help that. I'm sorry, bro. I can't help that.
No,
It's on me, bro.
I'm different. I said I know exactly. That's what I'm planning on doing before I even decide to go out.
But you still can't help that, though.
But that's just being a high.
you can't help it with all eyes on you,
when
bro.
you're on a higher level of vibration, it's you have no choice but to see. People have no choice but to see. But I can literally
When you a
go
star,
downtown.
everybody sees you, bro.
I can literally go downtown. I swear to God, this didn't happen before. I literally went downtown in my all white jumpsuit, goddamn it, and I sat on the curb, just sat by myself. And so many people came by like, hey man, you got a good vibe to you, man. They ain't never seen me before a day in my life, none of that, you know? And it just, you don't have to say nothing in order for a person to feel your aura, to feel your presence, bro.
Dog, when you a star, everybody sees you, no matter what. You don't even know who's looking at you, but you a star.
Straight up.
Motherfuckers gonna see you, bro. You don't even know who's looking at you, bro.
Real.
Real shit.
So my thing is this.
Got 10 minutes, y'all.
How can we, with this understanding, inspire the rest of the brothers up, that have it, because it's levels.
Right.
It's levels to energy, it's levels to the vibration, but we need to inspire the brothers to come together. There's a whole bunch of people that, man, it's just a whole bunch of black men that I know for real, that if they try to utilize the energy that they possess for the right thing, would kill all this noise.
See, a lot of it be this too. You don't know what you're capable of doing until that moment happens to where you like, holy shit. You know
That's
what
real
I'm saying?
shit. That's real shit.
So the whole time you'd be scared and you'd be continuing to do the same thing over and over because that's what one's comfortable with.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know. I'm sorry, but cut you
Yeah.
off. I didn't know I could fight until about 6th, 7th grade when I got into a good one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You don't know what you could do until you do it. Yep.
Until it happens, bro. Like, and to where like it's literally to the point to where habits have been built on individuals, right? Us as individuals, everybody forms habits. So when you literally get in routine of a habit, no, it's just like waking up and brushing your teeth every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a habit.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that you come accustomed to doing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's whatever a person does in life, I don't care what it is. You develop multiple habits, and you get comfortable with these habits, whether you like them or not.
Right.
It can literally be a quote unquote bad habit, and I ain't saying nothing is bad or nothing is good because that's all depending on one's perspective of what's good and what's bad. But when you develop habits, these habits literally happen to the point to where you do them over and over. It's a loop, man. It's called the cycle of life.
Yeah.
And everything in life has a cycle. Everything. I don't care if it's a women's menstrual cycle. I don't care if it's adult. I mean, a young boy growing up to where he starts experiencing what is known as sex. The washing machine got a cycle. The dryer got a cycle. You feel me? Like everything has a cycle in life. So when you going around this loop, you keep going around and around, and you don't find yourself ever trying to get out of it. You're gonna stay in the same thing.
Ain't no
People
choice.
are afraid of what they don't know, or even trying to attempt what it is that they don't know. Like all you gotta do is just attempt it. And people might look at certain individuals or certain people, oh man, that's lame, man. Well, that's what. Who told you that was lame?
Right. Who taught you that?
Yeah,
shit?
who taught you that? Because I'm gonna keep it real. When it comes to like certain things, I don't care if a person think they lames or not. That's that person. That's that individual.
That's
Whatever
what
they like, that's what they like. It's right over there.
Well, I got called a lame for going to college one time, man.
I done heard that before.
I got called a lame by some of my closest homeboys,
I done heard that
man.
before.
Girls was telling me, coming back, telling me niggas just called me lame because I was in school. I said, ain't this a bitch?
So now that I'm trying to educate myself on something far beyond what you understand.
Yeah.
Now I'm a lame because I'm not doing the same thing that you doing.
Pretty much.
But I'll tell you, when I was just locked up and I showed people like my book and stuff like that, like people really looked at me like, is this really nigga, is he on that? Was this nigga really out there getting money in the streets? Like, no, he most definitely was.
You're right.
Period.
Like, and it can be like that for anybody. You feel me? Like, but I chose to do something like this so that way I ain't gotta keep doing the same shit over and over.
I tell you, man, the most well-rounded people I meet around have either been to jail or have sold dope before because they understand the highs and the lows from everywhere. You know what I mean? They understand the best of the people and the low of the people. They understand they can go from here to there.
I thank God on some real stuff that Bhagwan has literally gave me the ability to literally go in the room with anybody. I don't care if it's a group of racist Caucasian people. We gonna have a good time.
Yep.
I done had people tell me, literally been in cells with Caucasian people, and literally they told me, hey man, I just want to apologize, man. I judged you, man. I didn't think that I thought you was on something else, you know? To where like you literally can just look at stuff like that and be like, okay.
Yeah, what shines through, especially about you, is your genius. You know,
Appreciate it.
if you don't. Now, what I also tell you is, I think because you got that genius, and you ain't been able to really capitalize on it, that's how come you find yourself in the situations you're in.
I believe so too.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe so too. But everything has a purpose.
Yeah, and the goal is just to navigate those chances and choices, right? So all the education that you got, life education that you got, right, fortified you. Now you're strong. Right. Now you can go in any room and understand that
at that, understand the layout of that room, and then how to play that room to your advantage.
Yeah.
Not saying that you ain't here because I believe you are, but just to reiterate it, every time you step in the room, play it to your advantage.
Right.
We got you.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I never go nowhere without thinking I'm gonna have an opportunity come
Right.
out of it.
Right.
I'm not going if there's no opportunities
Right.
there. You know, if I slide to the basement, or if I slide around Papa Do, or if I slide around Meech, or if I slide Motivated, if I slide around what's my partner's name, Dodie, any of them, I'm jockeying for position.
Right.
I'm trying to find them a yes. They're
Right.
gonna ask me for something.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand the power of influence.
Right.
I'm an influencer. I never give my people no's,
Right.
but I'm going to hold them accountable later.
Right.
And if they don't want to be held accountable later, they're going to know we just broke something between
Right.
us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So use that as a power. That's your superpower because you got too much of this not to understand that your influence is going to be important.
Yeah.
Find your people yeses and then hold them accountable based
Yeah.
on what your understanding is.
Right.
And you can lead us somewhere different.
I appreciate it, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
I ain't met nobody I ain't met nobody without being up north or in Atlanta or in DC that can handle what you just got to offer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it here. Not saying it ain't here because clearly we here together, right? But of course you from up north. So, but man, I want to encourage you from the bottom of my heart to keep doing what you're doing as a man and as a father, and wherever this thing lead us, right?
Sure.
But give yourself a chance.
Right.
Go through it.
Yeah.
Go through it. Don't make a hasty decision no more because you need it.
Right.
I done lost. Shit, I don't know nobody around here strong as me.
Right.
And then here you come.
Right.
So I got it. So I'm just hoping. Like
Yeah,
I'm hoping,
straight,
you know.
yeah, I appreciate everything, man. You hear me?
Mhm.
And like I said, like I truly, I believe my life just getting started, even though I'm the age I am. You feel me?
Right.
Like, and I always got this little thing I be telling my people that I work out with, my clients, and also my other people, just keep going.
That's it.
I tell myself that all the time. Next book I got coming out by the way too. So,
Just keep going. That's
yeah,
what's up.
keep going.
Hey, we're gonna look out for keep going, because that's what we're gonna do. We just gonna keep going. All the obstacles, all the opportunities. We're just gonna keep going. Appreciate having me.
Appreciate
All right. We're gonna talk off camera, we're gonna get some things together, and we're gonna move forward.
Yeah, about to go crazy, QP the OG. Had to rise and shine, make this day mine. You lazy, got no grind. If you ain't talking money, please don't waste my time.
It needs to be unity.